It's the official start of the summer blockbuster season. Star Trek Into Darkness took the box office crown with a whopping $84 million. But what else can moviegoers expect this summer? Jason Gorber is a film critic for twitchfilm.com, and he is with us in studio. Hi there, Jason.
Hi there. Nice to see you again.
You too. Let's talk about Pacific Rim to start. What do you know about this film?
Okay, so Guillermo del Toro has basically helped make Toronto the center of the cinematic universe when it comes to this summer's blockbusters. Pacific Rim is basically a movie about big giant robots fighting big giant monsters. All shot near the lakeshore of Toronto in giant studios. It looks to be a tremendous amount of fun. It definitely plays homage to a bunch of Japanese genre flicks, but from everything that I know about it going in, you don't need to be immersed fully in the culture that creates giant robots fighting giant creatures. You just have to sit back and enjoy the destruction. There's a beautiful shot in the trailer of one of the robots picking up a boat and sort of beating up a monster with it. It just should be a heck of a lot of fun, and your inner 12-year-old will be thoroughly entertained by this little bit. But because it's Guillermo del Toro, I think it'll actually be a really smart film as well. I think there'll be a lot going on in it. It won't just be a bunch of pixels like a Michael Bay movie. I think there'll be actually a lot going on, a real depth to the story, plus monsters beating the crap out of a bunch of robots. So what's not to love? Pure
escapism. All right. Superman is back in a reboot with Man of Steel.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we're telling the story. Origin stories tend to work so well with comic book movies, and this time we actually have a film executive produced by Nolan, who did such a fabulous job with the Batman franchise, reinvigorating it, and Zack Snyder, who's made two films that I really love, 300 and Watchmen. Some of the comic purists don't really like them, but I really do enjoy it. The trailer, again, for this film makes it look really tremendous. We're going to get something that, again, is a bit darker, a bit heavier, but nonetheless, I think is really going to get at the core of what makes Superman such an interesting story, mainly a guy from another planet coming to terms with his power, and just with that power, what kind of responsibility he needs to wield. Amy Adams, who I absolutely adore in almost any movie that she makes, I loved her in The Master, is playing Lois Lane. This should be, again, a tour de force film, much more so than the sort of more flamboyant comic book movies. I think we're really going to see some character depth in here, so it'll be a good movie and a good action movie.
Okay. Johnny Depp in Lone Ranger.
Yeah, we get Gore Verbinski coming back directing Johnny Depp, just like they did with the original Pirates of the Caribbean films. Jeffrey Bruckheimer bringing, again, they tend not to make films as big as those last two films we talked about this one proves to be even bigger. I think this is an old school Hollywood tale that will be told writ large. You'll definitely, if you see what Johnny Depp looks like as Tonto, it's going to be a very interesting character. This will either work and be the best film of the summer or the worst film of the summer. We'll see which way it goes. I have high hopes for it, but it could go very, very badly very quickly. We will see. Certainly Disney's betting a lot on it, and in the hopes that everything will come together.
Okay, so let's talk about Cannes. We've got a minute left.
Right.
Tell us about the relevance of this film festival, and are there any big movies that we should want to see coming out of Cannes?
There's a gazillion films that play Cannes. Cannes is probably certainly the most prestigious private festival in the sense that it's primarily for industry and talent. TIFF is the world's largest public festival. So here in Toronto, we're blessed by having films from all over the world, and Cannes is very much a destination festival for people in the know. Film Inside Llewyn Davis, the Coen brothers film, is the film that just played a couple days ago, the one I am most looking forward to. I love the Coen brothers so much, and this film promises to be amazing. It's loosely based on a Bob Dylan-like character and primarily focuses on a cat. What's not to love? But Cannes is where you get the glamour, you get the red carpets. It's a very, very prestigious festival, but again, because it's closed, it's very much something that's put off to the side. I love it. I attended it once. It was a dream come true. But we are blessed in this country with numerous festivals, including the Toronto International Film Festival, which is much more accessible to the regular filmgoer. And many of the films that will be playing at Cannes will be playing either at, for example, the Soderbergh film about Liberace is playing at the Inside Out Festival in Toronto in just a couple of weeks. We have plenty of opportunities to see stuff. If we can't make it to France, we can still see it on our country.
Okay, Jason, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you can follow Jason on Twitter at filmfest_CA.